Alright guys, our washer keep throwing an unbalance code. I did remove some coins that was lodged in that seam, so we're gonna see what's going on. All the parts have been replaced on this washer. Everything. It had the warranty on it. They came out and replaced everything, even the interface, the digital interface. So I don't know what's going on. Let's pop this off. There's some little slots there. Stick screwdriver in, pop it off. I'll do one thing. Look at this. And one thing I want to mention, we're working off well water here, despite us having filters everywhere. We got filters everywhere, softener. But yeah, I'm gonna clean all that up anyway. All right, so it's 11mm. I'm gonna use the impact to pull it off. The very first thing we're gonna do though is use some of this penetrant. This is some of the best penetrant on the market, and I've been using PB Blaster and WD-40 and quite a few other brands for a very long time, and this stuff kind of outdoes them all. Let that penetrate for a minute. We'll let that sit for a little bit. I'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. I'll let it kind of penetrate before we remove that bolt. You know what, we can actually let's just get it started a little bit. Let's get the bolt started. So I'm not going to remove it all the way. I want the penetrant to even go within that seam of that bolt where it screws onto. So we're going to put this on here like so. Oh, you broke it loose. You can see the bubbles from the penetrant going down. So we're going to let that soak through. See the bubbles. All right, I'll be back in a minute. We'll let that penetrate. You know what? Let's take it off. Let's just take it off all the way. All right. We'll leave that right there. We'll let that work for a little bit, and then I'll be back prying it off using some kind of method. All right, it's been about 30 minutes. This is where we at. So I'm gonna mount the camera. We're just gonna try to see, will it just lift up on its own? Probably not. And then we're gonna try a little trick and see how that works out for us. Kind of figured that. So I'm gonna put the bolt back in somewhat, like so. I'm gonna get a hammer. I'm gonna tap on that bolt in the center. That's not working. Let's shoot a bit more penetrant down there. I'll let that sit up for a little while, then we're gonna try the next method. Alright, got this vintage hanger. I'm gonna use this to pull it up. Let me show you how we're gonna do it. Alright, since I can't hook on, I don't want to chip it and break it up with the flathead screwdriver. I got this nylon rope I just pushed under there with this small flathead screwdriver. It kind of went right under there. This is this nylon rope. We're going to see if we can kind of tug it up using this. Due to the hard water that we have at our location, I knew removing this wash plate the obvious way was going to be difficult or near impossible. So after trying these few different methods, went to a sure way, and I just hate that because not everybody won't have one of these tools to remove it. So let's just go to the sure way and remove it really quickly, and hopefully you guys can kind of learn something or get something from that to remove this wash plate, especially if you're dealing with hard water like we are. And we're going to clean all this stuff up too and get everything back going as it should. So for this last method, I removed the string, and I've seen this work in the past on different washers, whereas you run a cycle, and this will only apply to the ones whose washer are still somewhat functioning. Run a cycle and see if the wash plate work itself off by itself. But in our case, I knew it wasn't going to work. Our water is just too hard, so I can imagine how much rust is formed on that gear or that spline that holds that wash plate down or hold it securely to allow it to rotate back and forth. So you can try this method. It didn't work for me, but I did want to show that I did try this to see would it work its way off just doing a standard wash or a normal wash mode. So what you're looking at is my air chisel, and I had an old 5/16 inch bolt with fine threads just laying around in my bolt pile, and this is the sure way to get it off. Super easy. You just have to chisel on that work, and I'll let you guys hear how it sound. Just hit the head of that bolt. I made sure it was all the way down, tighten down in that tab before I did this. I don't want to damage the thread. So once I hit it with the chisel a few times, that that wash plate popped right up. There were coins not only around that seam of that wash plate, but in each one of those slots you see, and we'll get those out as well. There were coins in each one of them, and that probably had our unbalanced flow throwing off. But yeah, and it still washed water in the machine. You guys will see that once we tilt it over. But here we're going to clean all this stuff off like new, and I'll show you guys what we're going to use right now. Here's the best cleaning solution for this application. I got a video on my channel talking about this. This does extremely well removing rust, and you guys will see this washer will look like new once we're done just using it. It takes next to no time to use this. I am going to scrub that spline or that shaft where that wash plate sits on or rests on, because there's so much rust around or build up on those gears or that gear that holds that wash plate in place, and I want to have a smooth fit when I install that wash plate back. And we're going to clean that wash plate back brand new as well using the Works formula. It has to be the one with the yellow label on it. Stuff is incredible. The wash plate will look new as well as everything inside this washer in a matter of minutes. You guys will see that. But yeah, we're going to scrub that metal section to get all that rust that's built up around there and get that cleared off. We want this thing looking like new, and we're going to get it just there. For the record, all that rust and corrosion that built up around that shaft may have played a role in the unbalancing code that was continuously thrown by this machine, as well as all those coins that's
swooshing around in those slots, and you guys will see me get all that out in a second. But look at all that rust built up within those channels, and you know, all that helps. Just a good cleaning is going to get this machine back brand new without no parts replacement whatsoever. Just a little time off your hands, and you're going to clear 2 codes out and make your machine run as if you had just bought it. And our machine, 2 weeks later, is running amazing. To also help with the machine or the cleaning process, I'm going to run a cycle through it as well with some detergent and just even clean it up even more. All this is going to do is just help it and make it look back new when I'm done. You guys will see that shortly. But yeah, just going to run a cycle through. Just a normal cycle with detergent with the wash plate removed and clean this thing up back like new. So I stopped the machine halfway through just to see how the cleaning process was going, and it's cleaning really well. And you see the wash plate just sitting there with the works on it. I let it sit in our wash sink over there with just some works on it, sprayed on it for a couple hours, and that's gonna look like new too. So here I'm just kind of getting that residue off the bottom down there to making sure everything cleans up well, because there's nothing in there to help it wash that residue off that I did from the brush or that dirt that's on that plastic. So just got the brush mid-cycle and a cleaning brush, just a regular cleaning brush, and gonna start it back up shortly and let it finish off by itself. But yeah, I want to do this to make sure it came thoroughly clean, or it was thoroughly clean. So it's done. I stopped it because it didn't finish. Of course, it was still washing in that still water machine, but it did rinse out. But I noticed there was still more coins in those slots, and I got all of them out just about. There was still more coins in those slots, and you can see them once again swooshing around in those slots.
All right, this is what I fished out so far. I think that's everything now. I don't see no more coins in the slots. And everything looking pretty clean now. Got the wash plate right here. All cleaned up. So we're gonna put this back. Oh, I spoke too fast. There's another one. There's another one. All right, let me get this out. There it is. Another dime. Let me search again before I put that wash plate back on. Alright, so the wash plate won't never get stuck on again. We're going to use some of this on that shaft.
I do want to note the coins underneath and around the seam of that wash plate probably wasn't the culprit for our unbalancing code that was constantly arising. It was most likely due to that water sitting at the bottom of that machine due to improper draining. And we're going to fix that drain issue shortly, but it doesn't hurt to remove all these coins and give it a good clean. All it does is help it from being unbalanced. So yeah, the culprit probably was the improper drain of the machine, and we're going to fix that issue shortly.
So I fixed that issue, and now I'm getting a draining code, and it's draining out okay. We're gonna remove this together and see what's going on. Water's still in the machine. All right, let's take these clamps off and see what's going on. Well, that's not good. That's not good. I'm gonna take it off from right here as well. That's what came out of there. Alright, that's pretty clear. That looks okay. That does.
So this was our drain issue, but we're still going to clean the hose off and remove the pump just to inspect it and make sure it's okay. But yeah, this was our issue right here. You guys are going to watch me take the pump off as well and clean the lines out and blow through them to make sure everything's copacetic.
Might as well take this pump off too. There's some 8mm bolts right there. We can unplug it. I'm gonna remove this to make sure this hose is okay. This one's fine. I already checked this one. I gotta run it here. I don't have to wash it all the way laying flat because it's water machine. Water run everywhere. So got it tilted enough to work under it. We're gonna remove this one as well. Our other hoses. hole is already clear. I already blew through it. Nothing inside of there. Take my air nozzle and blow through here. It's clear. All right. We can also make sure these are out pretty even. I'm gonna get an unbalanced load. It looks to be good. Our floor is pretty even down here. So maybe out a little further. All right. I think that's it. Everything is back like it should be. All right. But we are clear now. Let's see what we got. All right, water line's back hooked up. Drain is back hooked up. Here. Get water. Let's remove this tape. All right, we're gonna do a small load. There's water still in this machine, so let's see what happens when we plug it up. Maybe when we power it on. Got a few articles of clothing in here, a couple towels, and we're gonna see what's going on. Just gonna do a normal wash. I do want to note the machine's been unplugged the entire time since I've done these fixes. 49 minutes, and let's just see if it's approximate. I'm gonna take the time with my phone or with the clock, and we're gonna see if it keeps resetting to rinse, spin, rinse, spin, rinse. Well, it won't even make it a spin. Just keep rinsing, and hopefully everything's okay. I'll keep the spin speed on max extract so we can just see if we have any unbalanced issues as well. It's firm. I'm rocking it. We're super firm on the ground and level. Let's just see what we got. Lid locked. We were having issues with that for a while. They replaced the lid and this whole control panel has been replaced. All right, I'll be back when that's done. I just want to see it says done for once. It's been a while since it said that. Only been gone a couple minutes. Let's jump back up to 53. So it has done that in the past. Just goes back to a random number, despite it showing a lower number or lower minute count. But we're just gonna see. Maybe it is estimating what's going on for the load. All right. Everything appears to be working good. Sounds good. It don't mean nothing though. I'll be back. Oh, finally. I haven't seen this in a long time. Said done. Finally, and the clothes are dry. Or they wrung out. Wow. This hasn't happened in a very long time. So overall, we're able to remove their wash plate, clean everything out, clean out the barrel or the drum, clean out the drain, and I mean, the time was perfect. I came down here in approximately the 53 minutes that it said, and it was completely done. I was shocked to see it said done finally. So hope you guys found this video helpful. Got it back going. All I can do is keep my fingers crossed now that it continues to work as it should. Once again, thank you all for watching. Terrence, I'm out.